Hi folks, John Woodhouse here, educator with Penn State University Cooperative Extension. Today we're going to talk about methods to identifying profit and improve your snow plowing operating efficiencies. Like DNA and snowflakes, no two events are exactly the same. Similarly, no two businesses will react the same to two snow events. While some snows may be heavy, wet, fluffy, powdery, others may be icy, rainy, or a mix. To be viable, sustainable in the snow plowing business, you must be prepared for many of these conditions. Each snowfall will require a little different approach to completing jobs, and the times to complete that process will differ as well. Today I'm going to talk to you about 7 things that you can do business-wise to help you increase your profit while not sacrificing quality. A quick overview is we're going to hustle in August. We're going to have big trucks and big equipment. It has year-round big payments. Don't try and always have the lowest price. Collaborate with winners. Attend plow clinics. Join SEMA. Invest in good insurance. Track your time and expenses even during long events. To get started, snow removal is a complicated process. In order to be successful, the company needs to have equipment, manpower, clients, and material. Efficiency is needed every step of the way to be profitable. First, let's talk about what exactly profitability is before we go on and what it isn't. Profitability, according to the farm management text by K. Edwards and Duffy, is operational in nature, meaning it's a business is operational in nature. Profitability is relative to its efficiencies of production and operations, the amount of revenue left over after expenses. How much is spent on variable costs such as labor and raw materials, salt, ice melt, fuel, and breakdowns will affect efficiency and profitability. Your services have to be delivered as efficiently as possible to have the best chance of profit. If you're plowing with a small 6 foot wide plow, for example, and it takes you too long, consider saving up to purchase an 8'6" or larger plow to be more efficient with time. Maybe your salt spreader is too small, or if it's over applying because it's out of adjustment, you'll need to go over it. You'll need to go over the same passes or spread too much de-icing material as possible, that this can dig into your profit quickly. If your contracts are time and material, you'll end up overusing material and inadvertently overbilling your customer or client. This is all great, but how do you know if you've made a profit? Well, one thing you do is to calculate your profit margin. This is achieved by taking your net profit, which is your total revenue minus your total expenses, and dividing that number by your revenue. For example, say you build at $1,000 with associated costs reaching $800. $1,000 total revenue and the associated expenses are $800. What's left over is $200. This is expressed as a percentage as follows: 200 divided by 1,000, or 20%. Profitability is not increasing revenue or just making more money. Increasing revenue to make more money. If expenses are up, or if you're inefficient, revenue is offset by increased expenses, meaning if you increase revenue, could be in the form of an extra plow job or a few more sales, and it takes you longer because your truck's undersized or your equipment's in bad shape or it's too inclement weather to increase travel time. You complete these jobs, it takes longer. You're not being efficient, hence your profitability may not be commensurate with the increase in revenue. To increase profitability in this scenario and others, consider finding and seeking ways to become more streamlined, faster, and use less raw materials, etc., to increase your profitability. If you suspect low to no profit, here are a few things that Kay, Duffy, and Edwards recommend you look into with the business. First, check your past records from past storms and establish standards for comparison. Where were you the last storm? How long did it take? What was your average travel time? What was your overall material cost compared to the previous storms? Check your volumes of production. Do you have too many or too few accounts to be efficient? Try to line up accounts nearby to limit travel time, or having 1 or 2 small hourly accounts is probably not enough to cover expenses. You want to check your sales prices, check your selling prices. Are you marketing your product to the right customer? Are your hourly push rates too low to cover fixed and variable expenses? If your prices are too low, you may want to consider pricing per lot or per push in future storms. In the event of equipment failure or setbacks, having very narrow margins will not help you to be profitable. Getting stuck can cost a lot of time and money, especially if tow trucks or machinery is needed. Check your physical efficiencies. Properly size your equipment and keep it in tip-top operating condition. This is essential for safety with snow management. Track repair expenses. Do you have the best routes planned for logistic and production planning? Check your input prices. Are you buying in bulk? Look for discounts for material, for salt, for ice melts. For example, tractor trailer load prices per pallet are better than buying one pallet at a time. If you have the space and the spreading equipment, take advantage of economy of scale discounts and purchase bulk salt. You're going to want to be production efficient. Choose your weapon, figuratively speaking. In snow removal, choosing the right equipment is essential. For residential jobs, smaller to mid-sized commercial jobs, a pickup or a V or straight blade may be the best choice, but for commercial parking lots like malls or big box stores, a loaders or a fleet of machines with buckets and blades and snow pushers may be the best choice to get the job done quickly and to meet contract open up by obligations. I just want to say here that you don't start out with all that equipment. You end up having production-related goals, but that's another video. Here's where things get interesting. The timing of the storm relative to contract deadlines can be challenging depending on the timing of the event. Say the snow stops at 2 a.m., you have 10 contracts in 20 minutes each. You need about 3.3 hours of on-lot time, totaling probably somewhere around 5 hours production time, including travel, to meet the goal of opening up by 7. You need to set the alarm to get up at 2 a.m. if you're by yourself, or say you have an employee or a partner. You can start at 4:30 and still achieve that 7 a.m. open up by time. As I said earlier, each storm will vary and production and start times will be different. The more experience you have, the better at making the start time call you will become. Most clients, especially commercial accounts, will have expectations of timing. If they do not, this is something that you want to discuss with them and include in the contract. If there are any sidewalks, dumpsters, etc., line out all the details of what services you are intending to provide and where. Don't wait until winter for a marketing campaign. Here in Pennsylvania, it's good to start hustling in August to sell your services and get the word out early to reach your existing customer base. Tell them about your services. Think of ways to expand into new markets if you wish. Think of where your future customers might be and begin to envision how you can connect with them. Are they residential, commercial, nearby, or a different region? Send out your contracts during the late in summer and early fall. It's recommended, as I said earlier, to not get too big too fast because big equipment equals big year-long payouts. You can start a new division or your first one with usually a 3/4 ton pickup truck for about $10,000 to $20,000 or use plow for $3,000 or $5,000. Make sure you have a new set of tires and a strobe light. I might range from about $1,000 for tires and a couple of hundred for a strobe light. You'll need insurance, general liability, and collision, usually costing $1,000 or $2,000 per vehicle per year. A salt spreader is a good choice to have, costing anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000 depending if it's a tailgate model or a bed mounted with cinder spreading capabilities. If you've marketed your clients that you'll be doing handwork and sidewalks, invest in snow blowers, shovels, walk behind snow blowers, or sidewalk ready machines like the John Deere 1445 or Ventrac articulating litter. But these machines are 4-season, meaning they can incorporate mowers, brooms, blowers, blades on the front or back. Avoid always winning contracts with the lowest price. Price your plow jobs based per inch, per job, per season, or per hour. With the hourly jobs, include your travel time in for each job on the bill. Price jobs based on supply and demand and market pricing in your area. Do your own market analysis externally by calling around and asking what other companies may be charging and see if your calculations and your prices are close to market. Starting with low prices, then raising them over time is not an efficient and effective pricing strategy. As you raise your prices, it's likely that you'll lose customer. It's recommended to collaborate with winners. These are contractors in your area that have been doing snow removal for some time. They may be willing to give you help and gain insight. Most contractors are willing to share their processes. Be prepared for this storm and for the big one. Gain experience, attend plow clinics, earn certifications, and join affiliations. Some affiliations and trainings may include organizations such as the Affiliated Grounds Management Snow and Ice Management Association, SIMA. These both can help with resources about the snow removal business. Both provide training, templates, workshops, and other resources for the plowing industry. One of growing industry from SEMA is the Certified Snow Professional Training Program. This short course provides training for snow marketing, snow science, mechanics, corporate law, and even some human resource training for snow management. You will need to invest in good insurance. General liability policies necessary for slip and falls, injury, and potential court claims. With no insurance, one claim could cost you everything. General automobile and commercial vehicle insurance covers the truck en route and on the road and on the lot, on the job. Business owner policies are an industry term referring to insurances that cover both general liability and commercial vehicle. Loss of income insurances are available from some organizations, and also workman's compensation is for worker injury, and that is also available. Track your time and expenses. Use a worksheet, a work order, or computer program to document and track your time and materials. Develop a system of worksheets to track time and materials during each event. Accurately account for salt, ice melt, fuel for each client for each storm. This will be extremely helpful for billing, especially if your accounts are hourly or per inch. This will be extremely helpful for billing, especially if your accounts are hourly or per inch. Plus, it'll be helpful for you to know how long jobs take to complete, regardless if they are per push or per season. On per push jobs, tracking time will benefit to boost efficiency and to help you know if the time and material are on par with the billable amount. Quick overview: hustle in August. September here in Pennsylvania for winter contracts and counts. Send them out early. Big trucks and new equipment have the big year-round payouts. You don't always have to win jobs with the lowest price. Collaborate with winners. It's a fast way to learn. Have a backup plan for breakdowns, and remember you have many clients to serve. Attend plow clinics. Join the Snow and Ice Management Association or other affiliations. Invest in good insurance. Remember, general liability and automotive policies are year-round costs. And remember to track your time and expenses, even on per push and per lot jobs. It's a good idea to know how long things take. Thank you very much for watching. All photo credits: John Wodehouse, McGill. Salver references include Farm Management 7th edition, K. Edwards Duffy, 2012, McGraw-Hill, Inc. Thank you.